Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Planet Crafter, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our complete beginner's guide, and we're rocking and rolling. Let's see, what do we need to make that we don't have? Well, we did make the communications tower, and our power situation is fine. We have the tier 2 heaters, and the holdup right now for us, one of them anyway, is iridium. So let's talk about how to do that. First of all, let me eat some food, and then get some water. Do I have any ice? I do. Just going to go ahead and craft a couple waters. And I will put one in here. Now let's take one with me. So what I want to show you is a place to get a bunch of iridium in the early game. But actually, even cooler than that, something I want to show you is a secret that I only just found out about in my Let's Play. People told me about it. I couldn't find it. I didn't understand it. And I think it's an awesome little secret to find early in the game, because it gives you a nice boost of stuff. So check this out. By the way, I don't even know how you would find this otherwise, unless it was told to you. So if we're facing this, let me get my oxygen in the pod, and I'm going to go to the northeast of here. Let's just call this direction north and go this way. Right up, like I'm trying to go into this wall up here. Okay. Now, I'm going to run over to the edge and start looking for something interesting over here. And I'm going to keep pointing. I'm going to select my deconstruct tool, and I'm going to just walk along this wall right here, right here, right here, until you will see right here, deconstruct Rex. Look, it's just a rock, right? But if you deconstruct Rex, here we go, you can now get through this, and then you come over here, and there is a dead individual, and there is a message right here. You knew it was impossible. You sent me here to die. You don't even care. All you care about is profit and colonization. Whoever else thought it was a good idea, go to hell. The plan was never forgiveness. Be cursed, Sentinel Corp. So this is giving you a bit of information about the chances that we have. But oh my goodness, look at this. I'm going to drink the water. I'm going to take the blueprint. We found here a treasure trove of stuff. I'm going to kick back the iron, take the uranium. Anything else that I want to kick back here? There's a piece of aluminum. Everything else is fine. I'm running low on oxygen. Let me just go this way. Get back to our base over here. Okay, oops. And, oop, VeggieTube 3. Nice. Alright. I'm running very, very low on O2, but I should be fine. Alright, Exoskeleton 2 is sweet. Okay, perfect. So what did we find? Let me sort. Well, we got 2 blueprints that we can decode. But we found 3 iridium, 3 pulsar quartz, which are later game ingredients, a bunch of seeds, some uranium, some eggplant seeds, and a bunch of aluminum. Sensational. So that's a little secret wall that I think is just a nice little injection of power early game that's very cool to get. So thank you to everyone who told me about that little secret. Alright, so our inventory is chock full of good stuff, so we're going to go back to our base then, really quickly. Ah, just in time, we got locker storage. So for 3 iron, you can make a locker. And this allows you to store much, much more than the little crates. I like it better, and the name that you can put on the crate is higher up to identify easier. So we can really start organizing all of our stuff. Now, in a lot of games, I'm not that organized because you just have too many different types of resources. But at least in the beginning of this game, you only have, 10 or so main types of things that you're going for, and then it even expands to like 20 or 30. And so it makes perfect sense just to keep crates that hold all of our stuff. So now, this is kind of like, I'm just going to call this advanced. This is where we put stuff that's just beyond our scope. The first thing we want to do is check out these blueprints. So I'm going to decode this, and we learned living compartment corner, and we learned recycling machine. Now, the thing about blueprints is that they are on their own hidden track. So when you get blueprints, it's not like you find a specific blueprint, and because we found that, it's some endgame thing that will unbalance the game. Whenever you get one, you're just unlocking them from a track in order. So the more you get, the further on that track you get, to prevent you from getting something that would, unbalance the game. But that pushed us up along the track very far by just getting those 2 right there. All right, so I have these pulsar quartz, and I have iridium, and I have aluminum. All right, so what do we got here? Yeah, we just have random stuff. All right, so actually what I'm going to do is, let me go to seeds and put these in there. And, yeah, we're full here. And then let me go to food and put this away. Good. And then I'm just going to go into metal and put all the aluminum away so that I can grab everything here and deconstruct this. And what's in this one? Oh boy. So, time to go. Time to start replacing everything with lockers. Now, at least that's what I want to do because I like lockers a good bit. So I'm going to go ahead and we can call this. I like to have the basic stuff out front. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3 more iron allows us to continue moving stuff. All right. Right. I want to destroy this, but I just don't have the space. So what we're going to do is build this here, and I'm going to start taking out as much as I can. I'm going to put the ice in with the food because it's, potential water. And let's see, what's the next most item that we have? Well, interestingly, it looks like aluminum. There you go. All right. So I like putting all my stuff. Iron, well, I do have some. And I'm just put everything that's not aluminum over here. There. There we go. So we'll get there eventually. I need to get more iron to make more lockers. And I'm just going to go ahead and put, this stuff away, even though it doesn't belong in that container. All right, perfect. So this is going to be a bit of reorganization. But before I do that, I think it is worth me saying, okay, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to take this. We need iridium for a bunch of heaters. So I want to show you another place. I got distracted, of course, by the big cache of secrets, by the deconstructible wall over there. But I want to get some iridium, and to get iridium, we need to go to a place that's very close. So I'm going to run down here, and I'll build up myself a hab. So I need 3 iron, 3 titanium, and a silicon. Maybe just 2 titanium. So 1, 2. Here we go. And then... Yeah, I got more titanium than I need. It's just 2. Okay. Here we go. So... Get some ice. Magnesium. Iron. And silicon. There's 2 things I want to show you right here. And I'm just basically going straight up. I'm just going to call it north, facing the hab's entrance, the escape pod rather, and moving straight across the valley. Like if we start at the top of our hill and just come down and go straight across, we will get here. And there's another shipwreck right here that we need to explore. And let me build the hab so I don't die. I'm going to build a crafting station over here so I can make water on the fly. There. So, let me get iron, and I'm just going to build a small storage right here. We can expand this later, of course, as we need, but I don't need these things. And I'm just going to drink water. So there's this ship that we can explore, which is full of good stuff. But I also want to say, I'm just going to show you over here to the left. Now take a look at the sky. You see how there's these dust storms? It's kind of this pinkish, bluish. The ground is cracked and yellow. Things are going to evolve and change and move toward blue as we go towards that goal, reach blue sky. One of the best things about this game, in my opinion, and we found this container full of stuff, we're going to deconstruct it and go back and drop it off, is that the entire world will change. We are going to actually terraform a planet, and you're going to see it happen. It's so good to feel the progress and see it. All right. I'm actually going to go in here, and I'm going to deconstruct this and just build a locker instead, so that I can hold all the stuff. We're going to be getting a ton of stuff, so I want to have enough room. Okay. I actually don't need to carry the water anymore, and I'm going to go this way. So now I'm moving what would be 9 o'clock if facing this shipwreck at the top of the valley is 12 o'clock. So I'm going, west. And you'll see there's a big cave. So there's kind of like almost a waterfall dropping down. It's like particulate matter, sand just dropping down. And then there's a cave that you can get into here. And this cave is filled with iridium. So this is where you can come to get yourself a bunch of iridium early game. Now, this iridium in the cave does not respawn, okay? So, a lot of the minerals outside, there's also aluminum in here. Look at this. A lot of the minerals outside will respawn because meteorites and asteroids are hitting the Earth, and they add new resources. But this is inside a cave, so, things aren't really going to be dropping in here. What you want to do is just get aluminum and iridium, and we got a new message. And this is ice, I believe, if we can target it. Oh, and we got a new drill, but I'm running out of oxygen, so I need to get out of here. Now, you could build another hab in here if you like, or a hab closer. So it's up to you what you want to do. And again, I've said this many times with this game, but I'm like a chicken with my head cut off. I want to do everything. There's so much to do. It's so much fun. I want to go in the cave. I want to go in the ship. I want to go build my base and organize my stuff and upgrade my prospects, of getting more terraformation index. So there's lots to think about and do. So I am going to dump all this stuff in here as my kind of waypoint. And I find that it's hard for me sometimes to go back in the game and remember how little oxygen I had. But this trip, which with the oxygen tank I have in my Let's Play, would not be difficult. I'm realizing that, I'm barely staying alive, just reaching the cave and coming back. So I can't make a great trip. So I'm going to get one more piece of iron and create a hab. And again, the habs themselves, and I call the living compartments habs, by the way, out of respect for the Martian. And it takes no power to run them and so few resources, so there's no point in not creating them just to give yourself some extra oxygen, place to stop, place to do stuff. All right, so here we go, and now we're empty, and let's go ahead and keep exploring. Now, just like always in this game, look around. There are chests hidden. The developer of this game is a person after my own heart because they love hiding treasures. So there's iridium. You can see it could be up on the wall in this cave. Sometimes you can't get to stuff. Sometimes, the pathing is a little bit wonky, or an object has spawned out of bounds in the game's area. And so what you have to do is just ignore it. Just move on. If you can't target it with your gun, then it's just not going to be gathered, and there's nothing to do about it. All right, I'm going to go here. You can try and jump and, maybe get there, but because you're dealing with limited oxygen, I don't spend too much time on it. If it feels like, no, that's clipping out of bounds, or I'm just not going to be able to reach that, then I'm gone. I'm going to build a storage container here as well. And sometimes I'll just have these daisy-chained habs everywhere that have storage containers where I can, stock up on one resource and pick it all up and try to make it home or whatever. Just checking my inventory. Okay. So I am going to drop down. This won't hurt me. It's not very far. That is exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to come right over here. It's hard to see in the cave because of this red mist. It really fogs things up like Nintendo 64 style. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go down. Put this here. Just dump in. I'm only picking up really aluminum and iridium from the interior of the cave at this point because all the other stuff I can get. I am running lower on water, so it might be in my interest to pick up, a titanium and a silicon and some ice. And there's ice all the way through here. All right, I'm going to go down along this bottom portion and see if we missed anything important. Not really. I'm just kind of trying to explore as much of this cave as I can to get us some iridium so we can make a bunch of heaters. Okay. Ice. All right. And I'm okay on oxygen, so I'm going to go up and around this. You'll notice that there are these bridges above us. I'm going to keep moving There we go. And just gathering the resources that are down low for this, for now. Now, there are secrets in this cave. I'm not going to spoil every single one, but I'm just going to tell you, look around. There's a ton of secrets that I myself have missed on my own Let's Play. So that should give you an idea that there's just a lot. All right, I'm going to deposit this. I'm going to make... now, this does take power. The crafting station, it's iron and silicon, not titanium. Okay. But not a lot. Like, a very minimal amount. All right. Drink the water. Put in the aluminum. Sort this up. Fantastic. I'll put this titanium in. I don't really need it, but it's there. Okay. So I'm going to go up this ramp. And you see that if I go over the bridges, and I was just going under these bridges before, there's a bunch more titanium. And when I say titanium, I mean to say iridium. I mean, yes, there's titanium, but we don't really care about that. At times it's important, but it's plentiful. The iridium is the... You see how I'm like running through the pillar right there? It's a little bit awkward. Not quite what I meant to do. So in that case, like this, there we go. It might be hard to get that, but no, we got it. All right, now we're going to run over this bridge. And there's a chest up here. All right, and there's a blueprint and super alloy and uranium. And it was just a regular chest. Looked almost like a golden chest, but usually the golden chests, if not always, have the decorative golden piece of like cosmetic scenery that you can put up. All right. But that was awesome. Okay, tremendous. Air is running low, and I feel like we've done everything we need to do over here now. This big mound. All right, and then I'm just going to go this way. I'm going to fall down. No damage. Okay. And now we have more than we can carry. By a long way, and that's fantastic. I'm going to eat the food. Anytime I can eat the food and it doesn't completely fill me up, I will eat it. There's plenty of food. I know when I first started playing the game, I was freaked out about food packets because I can't produce food right now, but there's plenty of food. And actually, I think I did... Yeah, I can actually make food now with a food grower, and we need to do that back at our base. But I'm just getting us iridium and other stuff. So we have a blueprint, we have super alloy, and we have uranium, we have a bunch of aluminum. We are doing really, really awesome. So I think that given how much stuff we've gathered here, I'm going to take as much uranium as I can. We got another message. I'm going to put back the silicon and the iron. I'm going to sort. And I'm going to take the rest of the iridium. And I'm going to leave this here, and we're going to need to come back and get it. I want to start growing food. I want to start doing some other stuff. We have messages to read. This hab is filled with stuff, but we can't even get it because we have so much. Didn't we get a better exoskeleton? Yeah, we did, and we need to make that too. So, I'll I can't remember if I've said this already, but I'll say it again. I am rushing in this game. There's so much I want to do. And it's a testament to how fun and exciting the play loop is. But never feel like you're under the gun. Because the only gun that you're under is have enough oxygen and water and stuff for your vitals. But there is no time limit with which you have to beat the game. And so you can go as slow and methodically as you like. And I go slowly because I like to explore. I like to look for chests. I like to, tinker around in my base and optimize. And I'm just running up along if I'm facing out, this would be the left wall of this canyon. So the left wall, when it goes down, it turns around, and this is all the Iridium Cave over here inside that. And then we get back to our base right here. Wonderful. And I'm going to come back inside, and I'm going to realize that I have no place to put all this iridium. So I'm going to put it right here for now until I can build my own locker for it. Aluminum, here you go. Let's decode the chip. Okay, cool. We got mining speed tier 3. And let's check out the messages. So we got this. It says, your planet specifications, identification unnamed. Corporation ownership unclaimed, habitability level null, sector Ezekiel Prime, history unknown. It's a pre-civilization sector crossed mostly by trade ships to travel between big spaceports. The sector count has 842 planets, 13,511 stars, and is 7,000 parsecs wide. The planet has been identified as a possible candidate for future colonization, so that's why they sent me. Now, you're also getting this message from Riley, who is a friend, presumably. Hello, I finally managed to locate the system they sent you to. I don't have much time, but I'll try to give you some advice. The success rate of planet crafters is so low because it's nearly an impossible task. You should find space food in your pod and maybe in Rex. And she just gives you basic tips on how to play the game and thematically what you should be doing to survive, and it's really good stuff. It's the kind of ideology of the game. So you could grow food, which we just are about to do, and we need to explore and get improvements to survive. So speaking of growing food, well, if we want to make a food grower, we just need aluminum, iron, and water bottles. And in the early game, aluminum is a huge bottleneck because it's just not on the ground outside. But we found some in the cave, and you find some in the ships, and we're getting more and more. So actually, that's not a problem for us. We also need aluminum for the tier 2 heaters if we want to make more, and for the solar panel tier 2. So, it's used for a ton of stuff. And for the tier 3 drill. So, there you go. All right. We're going to need... Boy, where do we even start? All right, let's look at making the better exoskeleton. So this is aluminum as well. Titanium, silicon, to magnesium. All right, so titanium, silicon, magnesium. Magnesium, aluminum. That should do it. All right, now we have 4 extra slots down here, which will allow us to build the compass to get around. And put anything else in there that we get. We already have these. Do we have tier 3 backpack? We do. We have tier 3 tank, tier 2 here. This is tier 1. We could upgrade this to tier 3. I don't find mining to take that long, so it's not a huge priority for me to upgrade the mining speed. It's nice, but it's like not that much of a game changer for me personally, but I do want a compass, which takes double aluminum. There we go. Oh, did I not pick up the silicon? I thought I did. There. Alright. So now we have a compass. I'm going to slot it in. And this is super useful for just saying, okay, it is basically north when we look out, and we can now get around. Our base is, way in the back here, but at the top of the screen in the center of the heads-up display, you have a nice compass there. So it's really, really useful. I am a huge fan. All right, so now, funnily enough, what I need to do is just go around getting basic stuff. Iron, not really cobalt right now. Iron, titanium, silicon are the big ones. I'll take magnesium. Even ice at this point. I mean, geez, look at my water situation. Okay. Hydration being low is usually not something I panic about because most of the time you're close enough. Like, it doesn't drain that fast. Wonderful. I do have a water here. Oh, I have one on me. Well, how about that? All right, so let me build a food grower just so we can see what that looks like. I need aluminum. Where do I want to grow food? I guess I'll grow it in here with these seeds. You can always move things so easily, too, because you just deconstruct it. You take out the seed, you pick it up, and you move it. It will reset the process of its growth, but if you harvest it and then pluck it, you don't have to worry. I'm just going to put these for now right here, just so you can see what they look like. So there's a food grower, and of what we can grow, I'll go to my seeds. I have squash and I have eggplant. And squash gives you more health, I believe, than eggplant when you eat it, so it's better for filling us up. Beans are even better, but eggplant is needed for crafting later, so you're going to need both of them. So I'm going to plant right now just a squash for eating. Oh, wrong thing. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so now you can see a little seed in there, and it takes time, but we are actually growing our own food. And we want to plant as much of this stuff as we can, but we're going to need power, and we want to build more heat. We want to, get the rest of these seeds in to veggie tubes, continue terraforming, convert these into lockers to help our storage situation. We also want to explore that shipwreck, explore the rest of the Iridium Cave. There's a ton for us to do, but we're doing beautifully. We got the better exoskeleton suit. We built the compass. We found a whole ton of iridium. And I hope you are still finding this series to be useful and fun. I will check you next time. Take care.